What?
Any of the stuff to Ian, it doesn't look close to him.
No, I meant that.
Is it full? It looks.
That mug.
What?
That's
What,
no,
setting
it's
up?
funny when you look at the whole thing.
You've got
It's
a
nature.
track up there, it's bang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, bang on.
Oh, you're just going to use that one. Yeah, we've got a spare clip.
What? I have a tripod.
What?
Just when I set my phone up on time lapse.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yes, always thinking. Okay, you've currently got an hour and 45 minutes.
That's fine.
You're gonna fucking nail this.
Yeah,
On.
that's fine.
Okay, cool. So,
I've not done my first one yet.
it's fine. Which ones are you doing? You staying in that shirt, so you're doing episodes 2 and 4?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter for these, does it? I can just do 2 now.
Just do 2 and then we just, it doesn't matter which 2 you do, just use whichever one. Yeah.
Well, it'd be nice if you use the... No, we're going to mix it up, aren't we?
Yeah.
But don't use the same tile on the same...
No. No. Right. You set? Just need to get that second camera in first. Which one are you doing?
There's 3 across
It
the
doesn't
top.
matter which one they are. We're just going to do the back to back. We're doing one after the other, after the other, after the other. Okay, and then after each one, you need to say...
Lifestyle.
You're gonna go-
And the start of it.
So at the start...
I need to end the buy-to-let off.
Yeah, so
And then
at the start, you need to say,
intro to
so
lifestyle.
that was our fantastic buy-to-let deal for this week. Now it's time for stat chat.
Yeah. Then you'll do the titles.
Then we do the titles for stat chat. Then we do the
And I
stats.
suppose I can just, all I do really is reading the article, then you can faff about where you think the graphs are best,
Yeah.
overlaid it.
Yeah, yeah.
I just read the article.
Just read the article and we'll
Yeah.
get the stats in where they need to go.
Okay, that's
Don't
fine.
complicate things by trying to say, here's the stats for this.
No,
We'll just put them in.
you'll do it as a
Yeah,
way,
and
yeah.
it'll look more pro that way.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, okay.
If
okay?
only someone's actually put in there, as you can see on the screen here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They've got to go in at the right place.
Okay. He's reading it. He's put them in.
Okay,
As you can see on the screen.
that's fine.
What? We're in a professional operation here. Good
Don't-
job.
Don't trip over any of the fucking cable.
Let's just make sure I've got the right way around.
Super dangerous. That's how big you are. Just do that. This side of that face. Do this side. You look nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Colour's really good. You'll like this.
Move your coat, yeah.
It's not in shot, darling.
Good.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
We're getting that clip. Thank you.
What?
Can I have one clip?
Oh shit, no I didn't.
Mine's on. You can use. You can.
Just take this phone off and put your phone on.
I'm filming it at the moment.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's a tripod.
Yeah.
You're filming what?
There's me trying to saw the eagles going around.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah, you can have. You need a tripod.
Okay. I'm going to get that one.
Have a clip.
I'll just get a clip. Just a light thing.
Hello!
Oh, wow.
Hello, Mr. Storey.
Ooh.
Why are you filming anyway when they're filming?
For social media content.
Okay, so boys and girls,
Right,
what we're doing here is all about documenting.
More fucking shows.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Of course, I
yeah,
understand. Yeah.
because in 2 or 3 weeks' time, you almost want a little
Yeah.
bit of a list.
At the end.
Yeah, but the polished version will be loads better.
Yeah, but you need this content. Like I was doing the previews of the thing yesterday.
At the end, at the end of this, I'm like, you both sat behind the desk, you with my fez on, and go, now it's time for Cheshire TV show. Hang on, wrong show. And let's just drop it into
Yeah,
our
you
prop
can
show.
use it. That's fine.
We'll drop it into our prop show as a bit of a gag.
That's fine.
Well, might as well use that reach.
Of course.
Remember, Chris, I don't want you stepping in front to the left of the camera, please.
We're doing the job.
Well, then I'll move the camera then, shall I? I just thought we'd get some nice shots of you in as well. But oh no, there's me.
Trying to score the Eagles.
Saw the fucking eagles.
Yeah. Don't remember how we eat turkeys.
You know.
I know. That's something phone down here. Yeah,
It's there.
Didn't have to be here today. I could have been washing my hair.
Okay.
Yeah, you do make up. You do get in all the way.
Okay, so we just need to set it running. Okay. What?
You know, it's just a screen.
Yeah, you might as well have got a plug right there, haven't you?
So, CW, you're not going to stand there, are you?
Nope.
You just set your camera up.
I need to get a shot of all of us working on this. Alex, we take one on my phone. When are you sat at the desk? Because this looks fucking crazy.
Yeah,
This looks great.
got some gear.
Yeah.
Got a lot of fucking gear. Do you want to mic him up?
Hold on a second.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
Hold
let's
on.
do that.
If I'm
We could have the boot, but I mean,
reverse angle.
It's mic.
should be
Yeah.
super
It's mic. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
mic. It's mic.
Well, I'm going to time lapse mine if that makes it. Really fucking bad.
It's going to be quite boring.
What, time lapse?
Yeah, it will be.
It's more boring not time lapse, wouldn't it?
Yeah, use time lapse and then you can put the music in it.
Well, I'll go back to Michael, Chris. That's a good idea. Is that you're right. Better angle, isn't it?
Well, what's that?
Is that you're right? Better angle because you can see the.
Camera's not.
Yeah.
You're okay.
That's my idea, yeah.
It was Walker's idea.
Fucking hell.
You know.
It's only taken till 2:45.
What? Do we to get
It's
it?
have a fucking idea.
But will any of this go on before the show launches? No. Will
Can
we
Might go in
wait
the
till it
Facebook
launches?
group, just what we're doing.
Yeah.
You can use the time lapse before it launches.
Yeah. Honestly, you should promote it.
And the photos.
You should promote
Even
it.
if you use the time lapse halfway through a month.
Yeah.
It's like just adding content, isn't it? But you should definitely do like an outline. It's all the new Facebook page.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have because there's some photos on there, but we've uploaded loads to the group and some bits of clips and
And
stuff.
hit your antlers.
Have you got the? Just need the what's it?
Antlers.
Oh yeah, that, and we need the conversion, the little road conversion. What's it?
Oh,
The
yeah.
TRRS to TRRS.
No, it's not. It's 3.5 mil to AUX. If you must know. Alright, so what is the transmitter?
Should we get him practicing on the auto cue?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, back with microphones. Right, a microphone.
Don't think, just read.
Check it out.
Okay.
Looks
You'll,
cool.
you will chase ahead. with
Yeah.
You'll go
Yeah,
on.
sorry, it's all
Just
No, you're fine.
switch your brain off and read it.
bit mental today. But yeah, this is the
I'm going to start you off with, I think, the easiest one.
Okay.
Ready?
lightings are working brilliant.
We can change the speed if you want.
You just have a read properties.
Wilmslow homeowners have made an annual profit of £19,600 since the millennium. As we go full steam ahead into 2019, it's certain that the Wilmslow housing market in 2018 was a little bit more restrained than 16 and 17, and I believe this will continue into 2019. Property ownership, it needs to slow down a bit.
Needs to slow down.
Yeah.
Just look up a bit as well, because you look like you're reading.
Where's the camera?
It's behind it.
There.
So it will look exactly like he's talking to the viewer.
Okay.
Because the lens is through where he's
My
reading.
eyes.
Yeah.
But your lens is through where you're reading.
Right.
Yeah,
Lens
so
is
behind
behind
the
that
text is...
Like TV. Okay. So it will look. You're right, Alex.
Yeah.
But
It
for
won't
the
look
viewer,
like that.
it will be as if I'm talking
Yeah.
Okay.
to you.
How like this, maybe? Yeah, okay.
So that. Does it just
Strikes me eyes, yeah.
Just distracting your eyes. Right.
Need to get one of these out. For doing the
So you'll do it slower.
articles at home and stuff. Yeah, just only a bit.
Yeah, it is, there is only a bit, don't worry. Ready to go?
Not yet.
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
Ready?
No, he's just dying.
Just slowly down it now.
A bit of water.
Got some water? Okay. You ready? This is just a test. Here we go.
He's hiding with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Wilmslow homeowners have made an annual profit of £19,600 since the millennium. As we go full steam ahead into 2019, it's certain that the Wilmslow housing market in 2018 was a little bit more restrained than 16 and 17, and I believe this will continue right into 2019. Property ownership is a medium to long-term investment. So looking at the long term, the average Wilmslow homeowner, having owned their property since the millennium, has seen its value rise by more than 206%. House prices, as we all know, are a national obsession and tied into the health of the UK economy as a whole. Of course, some of that historical gain in Wilmslow property values has come from the growth in Wilmslow property values.
He's got it. Stop.
No.
You've got it.
What?
That didn't sound
No,
right.
that last sentence was.
If you rerun it, I know what to not say.
Historical gains come from.
That's it. The historical gain in property values has come from the growth of property values.
Yeah.
On that shirt.
It's all total. You just
Is that, was there a mistake on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it repeated the.
I just take the sentence out from me. It's come out from. The property gains have come from property gains, it said. Or something. You know, instead of 19,600, you just say 20 grand as well.
Yeah,
Sounds better.
but just under 20 grand.
Just under 20 grand.
And I can say that I'm doing it.
Okay.
That's good.
No, I'm changing it now. This week I want to tell you that...
Never. If someone 2 years ago had said, this will be your
No,
camera.
just under.
Really?
See this? You see that? Have you seen this? You seen this, Matt?
What?
Seen this? This?
Suggest.
Holy fucking shit. Look at it.
Shit balls.
How many bits of equipment are attached to it?
Oh,
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Wow.
8.
Did you get used
It's
to it?
mad.
No one's
It used to-
I know.
Which-
Yeah.
which
Just
lights
sit
on?
in your underpants, couldn't you?
Yeah.
With shorts.
That little lights on
Not lights or anything, yeah.
Is that the barn door?
Same one.
Yeah, same one.
Same light.
It's only intermittent now. It's not gone off altogether.
Woo, woo, call the cops.
Holy cow.
That was a
Same one.
sentence. Isn't it?
I'm just
Do you think that everything will go behind now?
Yeah.
Can you look in the screen and see if you think that's right?
Where's the silver
Going
camera?
to be anything? Shit. The what?
The silver camera.
There.
You
Yeah, that's
like
what I
it?
think. Yeah, I like that as well. Can you see over here?
Yeah, see all of that. Sit there. So go look from here. You do better than I did.
Where was that sentence?
Of course, some of that historical gain in London property values coming from the growth of London property values.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Doing it live is mental, isn't it?
We
The
did.
light.
Live newscasting, live.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Go on.
How they hold it together.
Right, need another card.
Yeah, I think all of that was
No,
good.
it's-
Yeah.
3
Someone's
minutes.
experience.
Yeah, you just sit down and do it
You
eventually.
do, I mean,
Done beats perfect.
when we,
DDP.
no, but honestly, when I was at
Yeah.
London at that conference, I was absolutely, I was not shitting one bit. We had hangovers and went on stage and we just did it, didn't we?
Well, you
Yeah.
said you were ever the professional, Chris.
Yeah, we're professionals.
Professional hangovers.
No, I didn't. No, actually, I didn't have a hangover. Someone else did.
Christopher, was that you?
I still feel like Thursday as well.
But you were okay on Thursday, weren't you?
I was okay.
That was fun.
But 2 in the morning, it wasn't.
The fry-up sorted you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect shot. Razor shot. Lovely. Okay, can you get out of the way then so we can make these two shows?
Okay, all right. You know.
Can you see this here?
Yeah, you can see everything, mate.
Can you?
Need to turn the pack on. Turn the pack on.
Soaring with eagles. Soaring with the
Come on,
eagles.
so we've got
Right,
It's a bit
ready?
It's a bit cockeyed, that screen.
the screen.
Needs to be like, yeah, it's the iPad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me when to go.
Bear with Connor. No, wait. Jesus, wet.
Oh, sorry.
Hang on.
Break your neck?
Go up your neck.
Yeah,
Don't die.
not yet. No,
Don't
not
die.
yet.
I don't. We've got to wait for Matthew.
Well, the problem is, yeah, she died. She's got continuity problems.
I've got
Yeah.
live
Hello,
insurance.
presenter.
I've got an identical twin.
Sure.
I mean,
Got great life insurance.
Yeah, you prefer.
now, just for the record, if I ever go, I'm insured up to the hilt,
Yeah.
okay, but not the other way around. What's all that about?
Well, the why?
Yeah, same deal. Same deal. So does that mean that you're...
Do you not have to have a full health insurance, a full medical, because being a big lad, and you not came back? Absolutely sod all.
Really?
No diabetes, no cholesterol, nothing.
Oh, I bet she was gutted about that.
Oh, I was hoping it would give me a kick up the arse.
Yeah.
Get rid of that orange highlights, would you?
Okay.
Are we okay?
Can we give a little practice again, please?
Yeah.
Go.
Where's Matt?
I think you went to get in the car.
Oh, did he?
Ah. Hello?
Turn up the sound.
In the library. This week, I want to tell you that Wilmslow homeowners have made an annual profit of just under £20,000 a year since the millennium. So as we go full steam ahead into 2019, it's certain that the Wilmslow housing market in 2018 was a little more restrained than 16 and 17, and I believe this will continue into 2019. Property ownership is a long to medium term investment.
No,
So,
that's nice, dude.
Looking at the long term, the average Wilmslow homeowner, having owned their property since the millennium, has seen its value rise by more than 206%. Yeah, that's fine, I can do that.
Yeah, you can do that all day long.
Yeah.
Right,
Were
cool.
you saying 2016 and then 2016?
It doesn't matter if you
Doesn't
change.
matter, honestly.
But I did say moving along the wrong way around.
Don't worry about it, honestly.
Okay.
Keep it consistent.
Right, let's get one in the can.
I don't know, what do you think? No.
I don't think it matters. It's just, you wouldn't always say the same thing the same way.
No.
I'll struggle to do things properly anyway.
Right, okay, can we agree that if he cocks up halfway through a paragraph, we basically push it back and do that, the start of the paragraph again? So you haven't got to go straight from the top.
That's how I made.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah?
Because you're dropping shit over anyway, aren't you?
No, this is one shot. That's why it's autocue. We can cut.
Yeah, but you're dropping stuff over me.
Yeah.
No,
No.
but we can cut camera.
We've got cameras.
Cut cameras.
Yeah.
Just try
Yeah,
not
so-
to fuck up.
Just trying to fuck up.
Yeah, but you are dropping stuff over me, graphs and that, aren't you?
Yeah,
only
at certain
at
points.
Yeah.
But we
Don't
can
worry
cut-
about that.
No.
But we can cut the camera angle
Yeah.
if you fuck it
Right.
up.
So I just talk.
Just talk. Yeah. Read the fucking script. Read the fucking script.
Okay, I can do that. I can read the fucking script.
So, but you need to do an intro before you.
Oh yes, I do. Yes, I need to
Yeah.
come off the buy-to-let deal into
Yes.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
Say
And I
stat
also
chat
need-
a few. Stay stat chat a few times. We want people to
Yeah,
know
just to get to know it,
structures.
yeah.
Hang on.
Okay. Oh, for the. Oh, I might have gone in here.
So I've got a bit. The plastic been taken off. Is that mine?
No,
Who knows?
it's mine. Don't take it out.
I think, well, it's got plastic on.
Okay. Sorry. I bought some equipment, I've never seen it.
It gets used.
Of course it gets used. And before England says anything, because he does get a little bit. I tell you what, you ought to see it when, honestly, it's a band fest all over.
Yeah, but more easily people will be like,
Are you two all right?
Chris, alright.
Yeah.
Arguing a lot. It's like, no, they're not arguing, they're just bantering. It's just like,
It's just-
Even my mother said.
Just married.
yeah, we went to your mum's house to do some filming.
Because we're married. She's like, use cold batteries, don't you?
Doing.
Right.
Right.
Right, shut up now. Quiet on set. Come on.
Okay.
Professional outfit. Look at the fucking camera. That's how professional we are.
Don't forget when to say action. 1, 2.
Yeah.
This is mental. We need a photo of this.
Oh, I've got
I think I've got a few, I'll send
Get
you
yours
the
back on. Just want, I want his head at the
Hello?
same height.
Hello.
I almost went a bit partridgey, didn't I? That
You
was
also
fine.
want to go
Deal
over
this.
there.
Okay.
Statue.
Even better.
Yes. Do it just like that.
No, I can't. I
That's
can't.
good. This is Snapchat.
This.
Snapchat. Okay.
You can't.
Okay. So.
Landscape. Always landscape.
Keep telling us. I keep telling us.
Shut up, Ian.
So you need to do the intro to the buy-to-let deal. Okay. So.
No, I don't.
No.
No, I need to the outro.
The outro to the buy-to-let deal.
Yeah, into Snapchat.
Into Snapchat. Then we'll cut. and
Yeah,
then
and then
we'll
we'll
roll
do that.
this.
That's
Yeah.
fine, yeah.
Okay.
Let's don't and cut them to be a different height. Fine.
Okay.
And then touch that.
Okay. Roll one.
Rolling two, right in, second one.
I've got partridge in my head.
Okay. So let's do segue from buy-to-let deal to Snapchat.
Okay. What now?
Now.
Landlords, that was a fantastic buy-to-let deal. I strongly suggest you take a look. Now it's time for Snapchat.
We do that again with Cheshire steps.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Go again.
Cheshire landlords, I hope you realise what a good buy-to-let deal that was. Now it's time for some Cheshire stat chat.
Fantastic. Cut.
Yeah. Bang, bang on.
Okay. Cut and cut. Okay. Now let's roll the stats.
What stats you putting in?
No.
No, this is the
This is the bit. It's
This is
called
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Alright, bigger then.
You do. You just
I'm
roll
just pissing
the-
about.
You just roll the autocue.
Alright, okay then.
Oh yeah, you got more. You've got one job.
Yeah, one fucking job.
Did you mess that up?
Give one job. Right, 1 and 1.
Ready?
1 and 2.
When we go start, we've got 9-second countdown.
Okay, 1 and 2.
At the end of this, I'll tell you it's a lifestyle on it.
Okay.
Hang on.
This is Wilmslow 243, 249 or something. I don't know.
Okay, quiet and set.
This week, I want to tell you that Wilmslow homeowners have made an annual profit of just under £20,000 per year since the millennium. So, as we go full steam ahead into 2019, it's certain that the Wilmslow housing market in 2018 was a little more restrained than 16 and 17, and I believe this will continue into 2019. Property ownership is a medium to long-term investment. So looking at the long term, the average Wilmslow homeowner, having owned their property since the millennium, has seen its value rise by more than 206%. House prices are a national obsession and tied into the health of the UK economy as a whole. Now, if you look at the screen now, since the millennium in Wilmslow, the average detached house has risen from just under 250,000 to just over 700,000. That's a rise of 102%, just over £25,000 per year. Looking at the other types on the screen, terraced homes have risen by 9.6% a year, semi-detached by 11.4%, but at the start of the show, my apologies, but the star of the show are apartments, which have risen by 12.3%. However, let's not forget, there's been just over... Yeah, I lost that, sorry.
Stop, it wasn't 101, it was 10.
No, I lost that.
Okay, just keep rolling.
No,
Keep rolling.
So what
that was
was
lovely
this?
at the start.
Yeah.
Well,
Just roll it back a bit.
It's when you fuck up,
Yeah.
the thing keeps
Yeah.
going.
But why does it say
Ah,
200% earlier on?
That's it for the whole, that's it for the millennium.
Oh, and then you're
There's
breaking
no
it down for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You only messed it once though.
Yeah.
You did,
That was
you
really good.
Really doing really
But
good.
the teleprompter continues, you're trying to catch it up.
Yeah.
Your reflection's lovely though.
Yeah,
like
and
200%.
it's very weather because you.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Yeah. Still rolling.
Okay, so, right, start with if you, but we're going to I really want you to start at the average detached. Ready? So
Okay.
you're starting at the average detached,
Right.
but I'm giving you 5 seconds lead in.
Okay.
Okay.
Just check that.
Okay. Good.
Hold on.
Still rolling.
Yeah, hold on. It's,
Rolling.
it's trying. It's trying out. It's working. It's working out where the. There we are.
Just got a fucking huge what getting on the face.
Go.
Okay. Quiet and set.
The average detached house has risen from just under 250,000 to just over 700,000, a rise of 10.2% a year, or a profit of just over £25,000. Looking at the other types on the screen, terraced homes have risen by 9.6% a year, semi-detached by 11.4%, but the star of the show are undoubtedly apartments, a rise of 12.3% per year. However, we can't forget there's been just over 60% inflation over those 18 years, which eats into the real value or true spending power of that profit. So if we take into account inflation since 2000, the true spending power of that profit has been lower, as you can see on the screen now. So the real value of the profit after inflation in Wilmslow has been just over £12,000 per year. Still nothing to sniff at for doing nothing. I wanted to show you that even though we had the 08-09 credit crunch, property market crash, where, depending on the type of Wilmslow property values dropped between 15 and 20% in just an 18-month period. Wilmslow homeowners over the long term are still better off than those renting. Now, moving forward, the question I get asked time and time again is what will happen in the future to the Wilmslow property market? Irrespective of what's happening in the world, Europe, or central London, or the biggest factor over the medium to long term to ensure that this level of house price growth is maintained in Wilmslow is the building of new homes both locally and in the country as a whole. Whilst we haven't had the 2018 stats yet, government sources suggest this will be nearer 180 to 190,000, a decrease from the 27 figure of 217,000 new households being created. When you consider we need to build 240,000 households to equal demand, including immigration, people living longer, higher divorce rates, people cohabiting later in life, etc., demand will outstrip supply, and unless the government starts to spend billions building council houses, this trend will continue for years and decades to come. Another factor that whilst Wilmslow landlords have been hit with higher taxes to enable them to actually be a landlord, most in every national survey still intends to increase their portfolio in the medium to long term. The youngsters of Wilmslow renting as a choice, giving them flexibility and options that being tied to a home cannot give, thus meaning demand will continue to grow, and landlords will be able to enjoy increased rents and capital growth, although those vary. Some Wilmslow landlords, buy-to-let landlords, will have to work smarter in the future to continue to make decent returns from their buy-to-let investments. Even with the tempering of the house price inflation in Wilmslow in 2018, most Wilmslow buy-to-let landlords and homeowners are still sitting on copious amounts of growth from previous years. Now the question is, how do you, as a Wilmslow buy-to-let landlord, ensure that that continues? Since the 1990s, making money from investing in a buy-to-let property was as easy as falling off a log. If you want a chat about investing in the Cheshire buy-to-let market, feel free to drop me a line. Now guys, what we're going to do is move over to our lifestyle feature. I'll hand you back to the studio.
Awesome.
Fantastic, very
Hard work that.
Yeah, I felt you.
Felt you
were working hard there.
Yeah, man.
Not in a bad. Yeah.
That was good though.
Really hard to keep you focused.
That was good. One take story. Say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really hard.
There's a few mistakes and so they don't matter
but I
that
think-
much.
I think we should keep them in.
No, you shouldn't take a mistake out because it makes you human.
Yeah.
Very much so. I agree.
The only thing, you know, about young people renting out of choice.
It is the choice.
Mm.
That's what the article said.
Generation rent.
Yeah, do you know what? That's the article.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. People aren't going to listen too much to all of it.
No.
They're just going to take the bits out that are relevant to them, aren't they?
Read what I send you.
What?
That's what I've written.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't know if I
It is
agree
true.
with people choosing
It is a choice.
to rent.
Yeah, they do. I choose. Do you
I
know what?
think
If I had my
they
time
can't get
again,
a deposit.
if I had my time
some
again, I
some
wouldn't
do
do
it.
it.
Some do it because they've got to.
I'd rent. If I had the choice again, I'd not buy. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I'd definitely
I'd not
buy.
buy. But I wouldn't.
I want to buy because
I wouldn't because I have the flexibility to move when I wanted to.
Yeah,
You
but
still
then you
can,
pay
you
someone
sell.
else's mortgage, don't you?
But that's it's.
Go on, next one.
I agree with you,
Okay.
but it's a very British thing, that, you know.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's the whole thing. It's
The
changing.
Europeans
Changing, yeah.
renting.
Okay.
Very
Right.
European.
Article 2.
Light.
Hold that up and then turn it over.
Light, come on.
Tell me when you're rolling.
Rolling.
Yeah,
Why is
What,
this?
I just
Yeah, so you can match them up.
Leave that off. I've left it off the whole time. It didn't turn off halfway through.
Just flicked off.
I turned it off.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. I maybe it was Chris's shadow on his
No, I
head.
turned it off.
I don't think it was on.
It wasn't on. I turned it off because it was being annoying. Okay, so this is the
Oh.
second article, yeah?
Which is holding it up to the screen when you say go.
That's alright, I just say
Yeah.
article for show.
No, yeah. Look,
Yeah.
look. That's the article. You go get the graphs off.
Okay, fine. Okay, alright.
Yeah,
alright.
this is Lou.
Okay, cool. Okay, rolling one. Rolling one.
And rolling 2, property news with Gromit.
All show cue starting in 10 seconds.
Okay. And concept.
On this week's article, no, because I need to do the outro from the buy-to-let deal.
Ah, yeah.
Stop the oh Jess, would you just be able to go and get my
Do you like the word article or do you want me to change it?
camera?
Yeah, where is that?
Yeah, it's fine. This week's article.
Have you got it? So
I
hang
don't
on.
know what they look like.
Hang on.
Oh,
Keep recording.
is it not that one there?
You put
It's
your
a
camera.
similar length article, as we know.
Does that fit?
So guys, what we're doing here is the digital mayor concept where you talk about your local property market, but we're doing it in such a great way. We're doing it in a show format. You guys are born to do it, but now in Grantham we're actually built a studio, and from that we're going to do it all professionally and up our game. Make it more Savills than Tesco's.
More samples and Tesco's. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just need to get the. So we need to do the intro before Watkin puts his big thumb in the shot. We need to do a back from.
Back once again.
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 That one?
That's the one. No, not that one. That's for that. It's for the camera. Right, just cut those. Cut the cameras out. Sort of set fine.
Back once again. The EA Masters. Back one. Ian, do you mind just sitting down a second just so I get the angles? Don't be sorry, don't worry.
Okay. How, yeah, so let's do.
Could you go in that one that's attached?
No wonder why that bill so high. Okay.
What does it cost you?
Huh?
What does it cost?
About £500 a quarter.
Right, come on.
Okay, let's do.
Can't see those, can you?
No.
Was that tripping now, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay. Don't die. Okay, rolling one. Rolling two.
Rolling 2.
So this is the stats for
Part
stat chat.
248.
Stat chat article 248 for episode. Well, whichever episode we like.
Yeah.
Fine. Where Ian's wearing this shirt. The episode where you're wearing this
Yes.
shirt.
Needs to match up.
Okay.
So it's 3 or 4. 2 or
So
3.
two or four, yeah.
2 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to do your intro back from
BTL.
Buy to Let Deal. Okay. And action.
So landlords, I'm sure you'll agree that was a really good buy-to-let deal. Do take a look. Now it's time for Stat Chat.
Excellent. Okay. Cut.
Yeah.
Okay. And roll. Rolling one.
Rolling 2.
10 seconds, countdown, go.
Quiet on set.
On this week's article, I want to talk about how tarpaulin homeowners are 82% more likely to live in a home with 3+ bedrooms than those that privately rent. In today's tarpaulin property market, the tarpaulin homeowners and tarpaulin landlords I talk to are always asking me which attributes and features are likely to make their property comparatively more attractive and which ones may detract from the price. Over time, buyers and tenants' wants and needs have changed. In tarpaulin, location is still the #1 factor affecting the value of a property. And a property in the best neighbourhoods can achieve almost 50% higher than a similar house in an average area.
Stop. Cut. What the actual fuck is going on with that light? Have they just got too hot? Yeah. Turn that one off, and the other one's been off for 10 minutes, so probably will turn back on now.
I don't know, it's the charger on the line.
Start it again. You ballsed up quite early on in that
Yeah.
one. Sorry. I've done it like it.
Matt, hit the other one and return that.
Is this phone off?
Fine now.
So I'm just going to do that thing, watch out.
Is it on?
No, also.
Did it get too hot?
It's just on the full setting.
Okay. Okay, let's go again. Teething problems. I'm going to cut your.
That's really good. Try not to do it too quickly.
Uh,
Okay. All over the words, aren't
You do. Have you seen it on screen?
you? Yeah.
Ready?
Rolling one.
Rolling 2, take 2.
Quiet on set. Please don't fuck the lights.
On this week's article, I want to talk about how Tarpley homeowners are 82% more likely to live in a home with 3+ bedrooms than those that privately rent. In today's Tarpley property market, the Tarpley homeowners and Tarpley landlords I talk to are always asking me which attributes and features are likely to make their property comparatively more attractive and which ones may detract from the overall price. Over time, buyers and tenants' wants and needs have definitely changed. In Tarpley, location is still the #1 factor affecting the value of property, and a property in the best neighbourhoods can achieve a price almost 50% higher than a similar house in an average area. Nevertheless, after location, the next characteristic that has a significant influence on the desirability and thus price of property is the number of bedrooms and the type, i.e. semi-detached, detached, terraced, etc. The number of bedrooms for owner-occupiers very much depends on the size of the family and the budget, while Tarpley landlords have to consider the investment opportunity. We have analysed Tarpley's housing stock into bedrooms and tenure. Initially, looking at Tarpley homeowners on the screen now. These are the homeowners by bedrooms, and these are the private renters. It can quite clearly be seen that Tarpley homeowner occupiers tend to occupy the larger properties with more bedrooms. This would be expected due to the demographic of homeowners and people that privately rent. However, this shows there could be opportunities for Tarpley buy-to-let landlords to purchase larger properties with more bedrooms to attract tenants.
Sorry. Keep rolling. Just turn it off. Leave that one off, dude. Leave
Still looks good without it.
Leave it
doesn't
off. It's not changed it dramatically on mine.
No.
Leave it off. Just leave it off for now.
Where did it go? It
I
can be
think
quite
it's the
crazy.
charges,
It's
dude.
just after the
Charges are like
things
red
on
up.
screen.
Is that what it is?
I think it is.
Yeah.
We can sort that out in post,
I
but
think to stop them. It's weird that. Well, unless we'll buy a couple new nicer AC adapters.
Okay, we can fix that. This is just the first run.
And we can pop a bar side light in.
It doesn't need it. It's still nicely lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just still looks
it's going to come up
bright.
with these are the private renters, but you're not going
Just
to
don't want it
that.
mid
That's
link
just
though.
the
It
Yeah.
won't matter because we can cut
Yeah.
the angle. Yeah, it's fine. It still looks nice. It's still well lit.
Yeah.
You're going to have the print out and script so you can match the
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll match it.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Still
Go on,
right.
Al.
I was going to say, because you're saying Tarpley loads, that's more for like picking
Yeah,
up
so-
on the blog, isn't it? I don't think you need to be saying it as much on the
So that's too
videos.
much.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I'll think about that, yeah. Thanks. I'll see if I can
You can say the word local.
local. Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
There
Rolling
you go.
2.
Rolling one still.
It can quite clearly be seen that local owner-occupiers tend to occupy the larger properties with more bedrooms. This would be expected due to the demographic of homeowners and people that privately rent. However, this shows there could be opportunities for you Cheshire buy-to-let landlords to purchase larger properties with more bedrooms to attract tenants who require property with more space. However, before you all go buying larger 4-bed and 5-bed mansions to rent, a lot of bigger properties in Tarpley don't really make financial sense when it comes to buy-to-let. For numerous years, Tarpley buy-to-let landlords have been the lone buyers at these.
No, keep it rolling. I'll just roll it back.
No, it's not. It's
Just roll it back.
Shit.
Go from mansions afterwards.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing.
You are doing good.
really full on.
It is full on.
Yeah.
Do you want to see if I put it closer?
Yeah, please.
Keep rolling. I need a new card in a minute.
I've got an hour.
I've got 17 minutes.
Flying really.
Yeah, we're fine. It's fine.
We've got an hour and 5 to do 2 more, and then just your little right move bits.
Yeah.
Which bit do you want to get to?
Mansions.
Don't go buy 4 or 5 bed mansions because they don't make sense, financial sense.
Okay, Ian, what we're going to do is you're going to start with the paragraph that says however. So you're halfway through the previous paragraph, yes?
Yeah.
But you're ignoring that. You're going to start with the however.
Okay.
Are we rolling?
Still
Are we
rolling.
waiting for...
Just wait for
Alex to come back?
come in.
If it makes you feel any better, you're doing twice as well as I am, I'm not just saying that.
Thanks. No, you are.
You are.
But you are.
Are you thirsty, Ian? Do you want a quick sip? Alright.
I've got some coke, thank you.
Alright.
I don't like a drink.
Heavy
Sorry.
stuff.
That's all you read so quick.
That's how I'm keeping going, yeah.
Should we cut this?
No.
Because I'm just wasting and burning minutes.
You got spare cards to go in?
Got fucking hundreds of them, mate.
Yeah.
Look at the camera. Look at my camera. Do you think I've got enough cards? Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the gear, no idea.
I wish.
What's this bit of plastic on here?
Stop it.
You know that when you get like plastic bits there, but
Yeah.
yeah, well, you
I
use
hate
it
that.
on.
I peel them off straight away.
Yeah, do right.
Such children. Leave them on to protect it.
No, no.
I'd have plastic on the sofa if it's allowed.
Like we're doing Compton.
Yeah, that would get ruined. Okay. Good? Don't die out.
Drugs for the talent.
Tar.
Okay. So,
Thank you.
Oh dear.
are you tired, mate? You know, a few days of you.
Been schlepping around
You're
Cheshire,
fucking
yeah?
carrying gear for fucking miles of you.
Alright, girls.
Got flirting.
Calm
with
down,
me.
calm down.
Calm down.
No, this isn't an arguing. In fact, we were. Are we ready? Are we going to do some work here?
Yeah, that's what we've been doing, mate.
Focus.
You're giving that to me, or you keep on down.
Right, come on. Rolling one.
So you started with the paragraph that says however. Are we all rolling?
Yeah.
We will be. And rolling 2.
Article 2, Part 2.
However, this shows there could be opportunities for Cheshire buy-to-let landlords to purchase larger properties with more bedrooms to attract tenants requiring properties with space. However, before you all go buying larger 4 and 5 bed mansions to rent, a lot of bigger properties in Tarpley don't make financial sense when it comes to buy-to-let. For numerous years, Tarpley buy-to-let landlords have been the lone buyers at the smaller one, and sorry,
That's
I
right.
was just out of the flow.
Just roll it back. Keep rolling, keep rolling.
Oh, fuck. What?
I didn't realise how big your fingers are, Chris.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, is anyone in there?
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Hello? Hello, is anyone in the camera?
Okay, so you're going to start with
Delivery
numerous
for
years.
Amazon.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks like when Dirty Den got caught that time on the webcam.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put myself down here.
Yeah. Way down there.
Just lie down, it's like you do the day, Chris.
What am I starting with? For numerous years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For numerous years.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate. They all told me it'd be like this.
We swing the camera. No.
Ready?
It's just what
Yeah, ready.
He's moving with his fingers. And he's looking for the man in the camera.
Hello.
Hello? Anyone in there?
Let's get some work done. Ready?
You should do it for this size lot.
If you put the false camera on, it'll look like Alan John. Hello?
Go on.
I'm a rocket man.
For numerous years, Tarpley buy-to-let landlords have been the lone buyers at the smaller 1 and 2 bed starter homes of the market, as they have been lured by elevated tenant demand and eye-catching rental returns. Some Tarpley landlords believe their window of opportunity has started to close with the new tax regime for landlords, whilst it already appears to be opening wider for first-time buyers. This is great news for first-time buyers. But one final note for Tarpley landlords. All is not lost. You can still pick up bargains. You just need to be a lot more savvy and do your homework. One such source of information with articles like this is the Cheshire Property blog.
Awesome.
I need to go into
And
lifestyle.
stop, let's stay there walking, and then just do, now back to the studio for our lifestyle feature.
You'll just say that.
Yeah. And now it's time for our
No,
lifestyle
it's not
feature.
the studio.
No, now it's time for our lifestyle
Yeah,
feature,
okay.
this week's lifestyle feature.
And now it's time for this week's lifestyle feature.
Cut. This is what we should get.
Feels like moving further forward and something forward.
That's what you should be getting a picture of me on the bloody news.
Walking frustrated at Ian's feet.
Yeah.
Okay, Article 3, you need a shirt change. Oh no,
No.
you need to do your, no, stop messing around with that. You need to do your right move bits in this shirt. Your 2 right move
Fresh
bits.
to market.
Fresh to market.
Fresh to market feature.
No, that's,
Sold.
You said you weren't doing
no,
that.
not fresh to market, it's the
Sold.
sold, just sold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you got some?
That's fine to know.
Yeah.
What's your price there?
Yeah, just sold, yeah.
We're doing sold?
We're doing just sold, that's what it's called, just sold. Woof. Just sold.
Is that it?
Fresh to
Oh,
market
yeah.
bits.
Go right.
Good on it.
It's at the end.
Buy
That's a bit that he's already done. Outside of properties, he's already
House
filmed it.
prices?
This is separate,
House
this is
is
the right
right,
move
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Sold house prices.
So we need,
Now, where do you want? Do you want a town? Or do you
yeah,
want
I need a
Well,
do you know
What was I say?
a
Town or
Have you been talking about Tarpley, which was the first one you did?
yeah, we all want to mix it up.
Okay.
Choose a town.
I'll see us for them.
Go for it.
Will you do that? So shall I do? Where shall I do?
So when this comes to editing, we've got like these
And what price range do you go for?
Okay.
So 500 grand
We'll
all.
do it together.
Okay, so you basically underscore through, you shout it anything that catches your eye.
Yeah.
So it needs to be in like show folders.
Yeah.
That's how that.
Do
That's
for
nice.
our show,
That's
but
really
obviously
good
it's got
price.
more components.
Yeah.
So we need to build the animations,
What
Um,
animations do we need?
just bits of animation between the segues.
Okay.
So fresh to market,
In fact, let's
fresh to
put it
market,
into-
all these bits and bobs. So we need kind of those bits that just will be like.
Yeah, it's data back. I say
animated
it's got a
segues.
great garden
Yeah.
and
So we need those, and then yeah,
it's
just
really
put
central
together.
that.
And we've got the green screen to think about.
That's fine. I'll do that
As
one.
well, we're going to have to mask it, I think, so we
Okay,
don't lose the
what I'm
marks
thinking
at the
here
How
front,
many are you supposed to do?
which
Or
I have
we
to.
wait.
So what I'm thinking is,
Okay.
so what I'm going to do is run
Right, so how's this going to
2
run?
exact layers on top of each other.
Something on the lines of
So put 2 layers, because remember the when you put
as
the
you go
green
like
screen
key of
thing
date with all,
on top,
what would you call this market? The
Whatever you
posh
want to
market
show
or middle to
somebody.
upper market?
because it makes
Oh,
it
Yeah, higher end of the
Really
Cheshire property
visible,
market.
Yeah.
The middle to, yeah.
Makes
Middle to higher end of the Cheshire
So
property market.
if we just put
And this and
whole strip on
and
there.
let you know what stuff's selling
Then
for,
put an
what
identical
the middle to upper range are selling
on
for.
top.
Yeah.
This one particularly quick
Crop
lines
it.
Yeah.
on
So
Spinny
it's
Lane.
just the window.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look at the photographs now.
But it will be identical
camera
in
running.
terms of if anything
Where
comes
So
are
what
over
I like to do is talk
in front.
Time for them to talk about
So
it all
because you've
on
matched
there.
it
talk
exactly.
through it
Yeah.
because the photos will be going over your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say it's
Match
really
it
nice, it's quite
I can
simple.
skip some, like I won't talk about that ring.
So just the window.
So what you might want,
So the same thing
sometimes
as
what you might want to do is you might want to write, you might want to
and then we'll put the
you might-
here underneath the top bit.
here
I think
And then make a compound.
Yeah.
write the rooms that you want to talk
Okay.
about.
It's like a set.
Okay.
Fix, and then we can chop it up and
Yeah.
mix it together.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So you could say,
I think so.
okay, so we've got this lovely
I think
house
that was
that's
it.
on
Yeah, I think it makes sense. In my mind, it makes sense.
Yeah.
10 trees on Spinny Lane.
So
Inside, as you can see, now, so you write the words like this.
Yeah,
Lounge.
How long will the like
that's fine. I can do that.
Yeah, write the words, and then all you then have to do is go. Let's look at the lounge. Quite dated inside. Here's the
got
kitchen.
business interview, like
Here's the
business.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And
And
so
you
you
should
do a
read those
two
off.
separate.
Yeah.
And then the guys will match
So
the
like-
photos. And
and
that's
guys,
outside.
when they
So
went out,
that's
so
what
I
we're doing
was
now.
First.
There we
So
Yeah.
you need to send them,
Yeah,
send the
because
property
they're
to
on
the,
camera.
Yeah.
send the link
That's
to
what
the
you want,
direct
yeah.
there.
So the first one will be
And then
10.
it's a dual camera interview. Business.
Spinning.
With Spinning
Lane.
So that's like making a stab movie film,
Yeah.
but just with interview.
Yeah.
Interview led. And then this bit, yeah. But this bit's multi-cammed, the other bits aren't. So the other bits are just one camera. So
Yeah.
just use the best take from the other bits.
Yeah.
And then these are, this is just a
Yeah, so
multi-cam.
we can
Yeah.
go between.
Found
But yeah.
Um,
But,
Frog Cottage in Tarpley.
It
The
is.
listing isn't the best. The photos aren't. But is that
We need the photos.
The photos are there, but they're not the best.
No, that's fine, because they're just the arranged photos.
Yeah,
That's fine.
exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're never going to get that.
4-bed
So,
semi for £595. It's got a pool in the garden as well.
Yeah, great.
Got so much to do. Still got to get to know the clients. Message me. The woman who, the fucking engagement party.
Yeah, Matt said what she said about that there's not many photos of her, but then you were still taking photos of like the whole guest list when you
It's 245 images
Yeah.
for 2 hours.
Yeah, something
Oh,
like
whatever. Go away.
What about this
Okay,
one in
£200.
Tarvin?
Rear view, rear garden, rear
I
garden.
mean,
yeah,
Just
and it's an engagement party. It's not like
Oh,
a
yeah.
wedding. Like
I
get
know.
over it.
whatever.
Are you doing their wedding?
No, I wouldn't now. I wouldn't do
No,
it now
that
anyway.
sounds like a nightmare.
It would no. There won't be like an absolute Trojan just for the 2 hours I was there at the party. So, okay. It doesn't need to be mental, dude, because we can.
Yeah, and then we're going to send you the link, and then you
Yeah,
can.
it doesn't need to be too long.
No, it won't be, because I'll mention the name of
Just riff
it.
about it.
I'll talk to the photos.
just riff about it.
Yeah, you can talk through the rooms, that's fine. I'll do that next one.
Yeah, just
Do you know what you can do? Is keep open all these links at the top.
Yeah.
Open
Yeah,
them
no.
all because
And then
you won't,
after-
Yeah, fine,
when you're
fine.
doing the audio, the photos will be going across anyway.
So where was the one you were on about?
I'm looking through
Well,
your push.
this one should think.
What do you mean?
It's a dense 80s.
Just have them all open
Totally.
because you're not going to be looking at the camera then anyway.
Looking
That's
through.
fine.
Yeah, literally looking through. You're only effectively introducing this,
4-bed for
and then
talking
£550.
over
narrating because we'll cut the
Right.
It's got an
photos.
amazing garden.
So sold prices
It has,
are
amazing.
Well, it's
lady
not
garden.
new to the market, it's just been reduced, is that?
No, sold. This is sold prices we're doing now.
Oh, this is under offer, that one?
No, sold.
Just sold. Yeah.
So it's these, you've got to write these sold prices.
Oh, can you do that on the app?
I don't know.
Just gonna sit here next to Ian's bush. Maybe stroking it. Next to Ian's fake bush.
Oh, come here.
Okay, so what we've got is we've got 90% of some 90% of 4 TV shows right now.
Kind of makes me feel good.
Chester.
Makes me
No.
feel like I need a beer.
It's not crew.
Can't though. I'm driving tonight.
Oh, we're Windsor.
Going over to New York.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't want to really.
Why don't you do Tarpley or Tarvin or Kelsall? Or Mobley?
Mobbly.
Or Delamere, Norley, Kingsley?
So I'll do that. So, Sandy Way.
When your cameras cost more
Yeah.
than your car.
Hashtag camera.
Let's do that one there. That's nice.
I'm not even joking,
It was
is it?
3 years ago. It's nice.
So that's the thing. That's a real thing.
I'd rather scrape it down a wall than.
I'd rather crash my car than lose my camera.
Try Tarvin.
Yeah. 5, 1, 1, 2,
Just
2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3. Yeah, 4, 4.
Sold
Yeah.
it last year.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
And that's another
Yeah.
It's
worth it.
price I
I
want.
was like, when you can't stop there's stuff going to your phone and you go to your gallery.
No. Kingsley.
Love it. Let's see that.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Sadly, I didn't take it.
I want to see it. Is it a photo or a video?
X-ray vision.
Side by side.
It's the same as. Yeah, same as that one. First
Like that
row,
one, 450.
6 setup.
It's just this from here.
Tarpley.
From here.
This. East.
It's this. Like, literally there. That.
There you go, 820.
Oh, photos. I don't know photos.
5-bed.
437.
Can't you rank it by price? Don't you filter by price at the top?
Price to send.
Yeah. You don't want to be seeing that.
Delph, Woodage and Delph Lane.
Yeah. It's only a few, yeah.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yes.
Obviously, well, nice.
Yeah.
Turn them off for a few minutes.
Right, I've got 2 to
Turn
do
them
in this year.
Okay. Just need to.
Headache.
Yeah. just going to take them off for a minute.
The houses on that road don't come up very often. Quite
So the
exclusive
plugs that are
road,
hot?
quite good.
Is that what it is? We're working the plugs too hard.
Oh, it's like the video, it'd be
Yeah.
What's it called there?
main
That
stable
forming
block.
the glass.
Get that on.
Equestrian.
That's good, it's not good there.
Tennis court. It's not a tennis court. I'm going to write down this photo's called tennis court for you. It's not a tennis court.
Okay.
Actually the whole way.
Okay. Right. Your camera's worth more than your car. What's stupid?
This, they've
How?
just completely got the native photo wrong.
Oh, right.
Pricks.
So with you two being awesome on camera, we've got a bit of time in hand.
We have 50 minutes to do 2 more articles and 4 of these. That's not loads of time, is it?
We can do it.
You can do it. Get his fucking head off.
You can do it. Put your back and do it.
I can do it, put your ass into it. You can do it, put your back.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a quick intro. It's an intro out of lifestyle into just sold.
Yeah. Out of
And
lifestyle.
then I'll
it's
say,
sold.
so this week, I'll say what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
This is the address, and then it's at that point when I say the address that you'll start bringing photos in. So I'll say, let's take a look at the external,
You have to say
and
who-
then you bring them
You
in.
have to say who's in the market with me. Who sold it?
No, it's sold now.
Okay, who sold it then?
Why, it's sold. It's off the market.
No, we don't want to plug other agents.
Well,
Well,
sort of.
you're
Although you buy to let
It's,
you
yeah,
do
it's
that.
completed.
you
No,
just-
these are not buy to
Oh,
let.
we're using their photographs.
you're using their
We're
pictures.
using their photographs. We don't want to piss them off.
It doesn't matter, you're still the authority.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't sell it again.
If I was a landlord and I watched that
it's
last
sold
week,
with.
it doesn't. Oh.
It's not on the market now.
Right.
Hang on.
With Watkin, know where to find who sold it. And
Yeah, the problem is, because we're using their snaps, but I personally am not cool with using other people's snaps anyway.
No, you're not. I
They've
understand
got
that.
copyright.
That's
As a
right.
photographer, I understand
That's
that.
right. Because they own the copyright. If someone was using my pictures, I'd charge them. But a lot of the agents take their own now. But because it's a TV show, if it's seen by thousands of people, like, it's all well and good saying we've been doing this with buy-to-let deals, but if they're seen by 500-600 people, on the face, but when it's like being seen by tens of thousands of people,
You should say who sold it.
I think we should say who sold it, at least.
You can't cover it if you come
Yeah.
back on you, haven't you?
You say, well,
We did say legal photos.
Yes,
We're not
we-
trying to nick them.
not nicking it, we're just saying,
Yeah.
you sold it.
Just because
Fantastic,
you
well
asked
done.
it.
Well done, fantastic. If you've got another awesome property that you sold that you'd like us to feature,
Yeah,
let us
we
know.
promoted you to 10,000.
Yeah, if you've got another awesome property that you've sold recently, let us know and we'll feature that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Turn it to a positive.
Exactly.
what's the postcode, please?
CW98BN. Wood, it's called Wood Edge.
8BN.
And the other one is WA16
Yeah.
0NQ.
Okay.
So he said it doesn't matter, but I said we're using photos, but it's going to find out.
Does matter. Does matter.
Why don't you find your other ones now, eh?
Yeah, find the two now just while we're waiting for that. And we'll have all 4 ready to go.
Okay.
Sweet. Right.
Because they're recently sold these, aren't they?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, that was November last year.
You don't think the new owners will want you?
No, I'm not thinking that. No, I'm just thinking, I'm not sure if they're recently sold enough. Sure, I don't know. What age is 2007? Can't use that one.
Too long.
Yeah.
with music, or do you choose it, or what? How does it go?
We've got a subscription service
Okay.
to
Sounds right.
Soundstripe.
Hold on.
Yeah, she'll have to have a.
Is that your second one?
Yeah.
Where's your first one? Where the hell did that postcode come from? Did you just mix up some letters? I can easily tell you when it came to market now. It took so interesting.
Oh, there's probably a backpack in there.
That's the second one.
Production values are
HAP.
high.
Very
So
high.
Matt Mellon shot in
I actually know some anyway.
So that's what.
Rugby.
That's fine.
When he comes back from his year
So you
away.
don't want that one.
You need
Yeah,
this show.
no, I don't want that one.
You don't
I
want
want that one.
Because that's the photo of that one, is it? They've just shown it.
That's
That's it.
that.
Main shot. Right.
That's the bookbinder next door.
Yeah.
You might need to get.
Video is ridiculous.
What's it?
This guy, Joe Newman's Estates.
Sean Newman.
Sean Newman, Cheshire,
Yeah,
Fine
yeah.
Country.
Got a daughter Summer and boyfriend Matt.
They
Mellon.
used to run their rugby office.
Just
We
sacked it off for
gave
years
them some
travelling.
training,
We
video
gave them some
training.
video training, but they bought themselves a drone and a steady cam, and they've gone travelling for a year, and they're just doing a video travel diary.
What's it
But
called?
It looks like a fucking 5-star hotel.
What are they called?
She's
Summer
quite. She's only like
Seen
20
it.
odd.
Yeah, you will.
She's slim. She's on the bed in a white bikini, and the drone flies into the room, and then they jump in this big pool, and
The production
Drone.
values are fucking sick.
Wow.
The quality of the filming
It's
is
done
like
themselves.
high. Oh yeah, but we gave Matt a bit of training,
Yeah.
but then he's been around other camera people because Fine Country have like crews of people who do like property tours and stuff.
Yeah.
As a whole,
he's
but yeah,
ripped.
when he,
She's
yeah,
like
but when he
slim
comes
as.
back from like their year away, if we can,
He'll have a job.
well, if we can afford to pay him, we'll fucking have him. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be an estate agent again. He's not really a camera guy, is he?
Do you want to be an estate agent? Does he want to be an estate agent? Does he want to be a cameraman?
Well, he's going to earn considerably more selling high-end properties. than he is.
Yeah. Working for Fine Country, he'd fucking know more than I do.
Yeah, because they've got no basic. It's all badass
Yeah.
commission,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's like Ian Storey, that guy, you didn't met him, he's fucking on it.
It is on it.
There's a fortune.
Yeah.
Soon.
Long game.
Long game.
So I bet her. She's like, how long is this long game
I know,
before we start
yeah.
seeing some money?
Maybe the long game you're talking about.
Is that patience, mate? Yeah.
Right.
She's like,
Thing
you
is
guys
about-
have been earning loads of money for ages. I was like, I know, but we keep putting it back in the business. She was like, you going to take some out soon? and
Yeah.
Spend it on me?
On holiday?
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Maldives?
No. We had to last year. Last year was our first proper year, and we had to put it back. We had to, because it's short. It'd be short-sighted business if we just gone off.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Just cash it in. Just short-sighted. You know, you have to invest, speculate to
Yeah.
you know. Right then,
It's,
we need to get a wriggle on for these.
you need to put your headphone on because
Yeah.
someone's just ramped up the tunes.
No, my headphones here.
Really? Even when he was...
Purple bricks.
Fucking hell.
Don't worry about it. It took a year to sell though.
I did great.
Have you got the sale price?
Why don't you just say this sold with an online agent, but
Sorry?
it would take a year to go.
904, 600.
1 year to sell.
We've had the
Around.
round all day though.
We have had the real dream.
Is it next door?
I think so.
Shit. Do you reckon we can ask him for just for 30 minutes? Do you
Uh,
reckon we can get through in one take all these right moves? Can we? Let's do all 4 of these in this shirt, because we could have recorded them whenever. You don't need to change your shirt, do you?
It's only a shirt change.
no, I think I should because it's.
Okay, fuck it. Let's do it
I'm
properly.
doing the next 2.
Let's do it properly. Just fucking do it
Yeah.
properly. Ignore me. I'm conscious of this guy next door. He's got a bookbinder, and if he starts his machines, it'll be fucking.
Sure, I've got another one then, Chris.
Sorry?
Got another one to get.
Postcode.
CH35AR. It's number 14A.
What does it look like?
Fucking hell, that's ugly. Right. Okay. Hey, look, big guy. About
We'll
there.
do the first two then now. I might as well do it. I've got to do this before we go. What I'm doing now. Make the list of these properties.
Yeah, you have to, yeah.
Let me just do it.
Yeah. Let's just do it.
He's finding out who it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to go picture one.
Right, gotcha. I'll be able to make it for 6. No, what is?
That's on the river.
I'll give you
CH35AR.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate. See you in a bit. Pick nephew up. Not now.
I'm not called Roseanne.
Is it 1.7 mil?
I haven't.
1.591. It's sold for.
See those? I haven't.
Yeah, you
We haven't got back to many pennies.
Don't worry about invoicing me for a while. You've got
What does it look like?
It's fine, man. You just invoice me whenever. Leave it a month or two if you want.
Yeah, that one.
I'm gonna
1.7
reinvest
mil.
300 snifters.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Home sell that.
I might have spent it.
1.7, it went for what? 1.1?
1.591.
Oh, right.
Who was it on with Lisa?
Yeah, home sale, I'm right. That was
Right.
like Jan last year.
Right.
Wonder what fee she got on that?
September. Jan 20.
18.
Have we got 2 already?
3 now. Last one.
Bob the Bill was giving it some.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like an artisan. He
Leather-bound
makes leather-bound books. So they send him the pages, and he creates like bespoke covers and didn't think that was even a thing nowadays.
People have got too much money, yeah.
He's pretty nice. Although was it over nearly Christmas, November? And we were like filming all day, and we were like, dude, can you just like stop doing your job all day
Yeah,
so we can
exactly.
film? And he was like, just the end of the conference thing.
Just putting them into print.
Yeah, it's a 10. And then at Christmas we took him. Did we take him some beers? We're like, oh, we bought you like a crate of Stella, and he went, oh, don't like lager. Not in a nasty way.
No, we just
Which is
said,
like, I
"I
just
thought
don't-
you were president."
Yeah, I just don't drink beer.
We're like, okay.
Well, what do you drink? It's like red wine. And we're like, oh, cool, we'll drop it. And then we just completely forgot to drop the
Bottle
bottle.
of wine around.
You should probably do that before we have things shut.
I did one live. I just wanted to buy my books. You fucking cunts. Piss off.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to buy my book. Stop fucking asking me to shut up.
Yeah. Right. 3 minutes.
Have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And you have all 4 with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking hate it. Excellent. Then shit.
I need to know who got sold with. Alex.
Yeah.
The SK92AD. But it was March 2018. It's 6.
SK9 2AD.
Yeah.
When was it? 2018 when?
March.
Sold with home sale Chester
Yeah.
for 1.5 million, 1.59 million.
9-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
It took 359 days to sell,
Fucking hell. Yeah.
and interestingly, it was bought by the current owners in 1996 for $250,000.
Wow.
I'm going to sit down for a minute.
Hey, is that the 6
But they
bedroom?
did do some work on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I can't get the old
Oh,
photos.
still
nor the account.
fancy.
Do that again now.
Is it 6 bedrooms?
Yeah.
Wexford Road, Wilmslow.
Fleetside Road.
2.8 mil.
Yeah.
Is that too much?
Not there.
There's quite a few on that listing.
God, this one's sick.
There's quite a few on that listing though, isn't there? Yeah, that's the same one.
Bedroom. But I didn't say that one.
Well, it sold in 2013 for 990,
Yeah, he did.
and then it sold 5 years later for 2.8 million.
Yeah. They've actually done loads to it though. How much did it go for? Well, that might have knocked it down. The one that was 990. Who with?
Benson Bunch and Wilmslow.
Right, I'm going to tell someone that.
these lights on. Hope they hold.
I think we should at least change the section to recently sold.
What's happened here, mate?
I'll turn it off the plug.
I've just turned it back on at the plug and it's not.
You got a fresh to market one as well?
We can add those in because they're the ones I've already done. The videos I've already done.
You got the links as well?
These are.
I've got the one up here.
Yeah.
So I won't change them.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's not on.
You
That was
can
never on.
unlock it now.
Yeah.
One of them was
Are we
never on.
now? Did you lose them?
What's going on?
Fuck's sake.
Is this still recording? It's been recording an hour.
I'll turn it off.
I think so.